Emma Bullimore.
BBC Essex.
Because I'm sure you know the poem very well. 'Twas the night before Christmas. And a recent rendition has been made into an audiobook produced by Southend-born music producer Elliott Frisby, which includes the narration of legendary broadcaster Mike Reid. Before we speak to Elliott about this production, shall we have a little listen? I think we should.
'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in the hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mamma in her kerchief and I in my cap had just settled our brains for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from the bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters and threw up the sash.
Oh, great does that sound? It's absolutely what you need at this time of year. Elliott is on the line now. Hello, Elliott.
Hi, Emma. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you. When were you making this? Was this the kind of thing where you're making a Christmas project in July, or did you do it recently?
You went straight for it. Oh, great question. Yeah, it was actually. It was exactly July. I came up with the idea last year because I read it to my kids. I've got an 8-year-old and a 5-year-old, and I read it to them every Christmas Eve. And I said, you know what? My kids love it so much. Next year, I'm going to do it. And I called up Andrew Stamp, who's my head composer at Monkeynut Sound, and I said, you know what, we're going to do this. And he went, all right, let's do it. So July came and off we went.
And how did you find the voice? I mean, Mike Reid, great person to get on board, but it's got to have that right sound, hasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, to tell you the truth, I used a few people, and I recorded them and thought to myself, which one reached my heart? Which one felt magical? I always knew that I was going to have a version with Mike. Mike and myself have known each other for a number of years. We've written probably 45 songs together, and we've worked on various projects. And I rang him, and a lot of people know him for things like Top of the Pops and, like the TV programs. But what a lot of people don't know is that he's a successful author and also does a lot of narration. And he, jumped straight on it and said, yeah, I'm up for it. And I don't think there was a better voice.
It just sounds gorgeous. And those sound effects really just bring the magic out. How long did it take you to get all of that right?
It took probably a good month or so, because my composer, Andrew Stamp, he's such a talent, and I'm really grateful to have him working for me. He basically, he just was going back and forth. So I'd say, this is what I want, this is where I want to go with it. He would send me some ideas, I'd send it back. And I must admit, it just turned into a really big orchestral arrangement, which did take a little bit longer than expected to edit.
Oh, but so beautiful. You can tell from that clip, it just sounds amazing. You did it for your children. Have you let them listen to this version yet, or is that for Christmas Eve?
No, they've listened to it, and maybe they're biased, but they've really supported it. And I'm just also so grateful how it's reached out to everybody, and the texts and the emails that I'm getting through at Monkeynut. I'm just so delighted. And we just found out literally a couple of days ago that we got to number 1 on the Audible poetry charts.
Amazing.
So we were just so delighted, because for me, because it wasn't a money-making project, it was literally a project for Christmas. It was a project just to make people feel great. And I wanted the children to feel the magic of Christmas, but also for the parents, the grown-ups, the adults, to be transported back to an earlier time, or to maybe a Christmas they never had.
And I mean, you've done a beautiful job, but you're working with great source material, obviously. What do you think it is about that poem because there's loads of great Christmassy poems, but this one has really endured. Why do you think that is?
That's a really great question. Well, Clement Clark Moore, who wrote the poem himself, actually published it anonymously originally, because he was actually a professor, and a very serious professor as well. So he actually put it under a pseudonym. And basically, it was under a different title as well, which has failed to come to my brain at the moment. But it was that opening line. And I think, as you will well know, it's the audience that decide whether something lasts. And, it happens today in different books, in different songs. Sometimes there's something that just catches you. A good example would be Angels by Robbie Williams. It's lasted for so long, or the Beatles, and you hear it and you just latch onto it. And that's what has happened with this. And I also think it was different to what else was being publicised at that time. So I think it was quite brave, and the audience has picked up on it.
I love that it was written under a pseudonym. I can't imagine not wanting to take credit for that piece of work. It's amazing. And audiobooks and podcasts are having such a moment right now. They're so popular, aren't they? It's like everyone's just kind of discovered them in recent years.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. And I think part of it is that people are on the go. People are so busy. People are always on the train or in the car, or, it's such a fast-paced world right now. And I'll be honest with you, I have a book by my bed, but I probably listen to 2 audiobooks compared to that one book that's next to my bed, because you can hear it when you're on the go, when you're walking the dog, if you're going for a run. That's the time when people listen to it. But also, the great thing is that people can hide themselves away. Like some people, it's really important to be cool. Like people, they want to be cool around their mates or whatever. Well, you don't have to be. You can put your headphones on, listen to whatever you want, and be transported. And I'm just really delighted because basically the company's Monkeynut Audiobooks and Sound, and the audiobook side of it, we create so many different audiobooks across so many different genres, and it's just wonderful to be able to transport people away. And the way I describe it is to let people press their reset buttons, because everybody needs it. I know that I certainly do. So hopefully we've done that with 'Twas the Night Before Christmas.
It's a beautiful version. Where can people get it?
Thank you. It's they can get it everywhere on all audiobook sites. So iTunes, they can download it. Audible, they can do it. You name it. Wherever there's an audiobook site, you can get it.
How can we tell it's your version, or is yours the only version?
No, there are other versions. There's only one orchestral arrangement. If you went on Audible, for example, they very kindly put it at the very top, and there's a Santa flying on his sleigh, and there's a little musical icon in the bottom right-hand corner, which basically says that it's the music rendition of this poem. And I really hope as well that because I went to Belfast, you see, back in the day, and really hope that my old music teacher, John Weeks, has the opportunity to hear it, because he was a big inspiration behind the music for me.
Oh, I really hope so. I really hope he's listening right now. Wouldn't that be great? I hope you don't think that this has got you out of buying presents, though, Elliot. I hope you don't think this is just your present to the world. Your wife's a present.
Are you serious? Because I've got to do some serious last-minute shopping, if that's okay.
Oh, Elliot, have a Merry Christmas, won't you?
Oh, Emma, Merry Christmas to you, and thank you so much for playing the clip, and I really hope people enjoy it.
Oh, thank you so much, Elliott Frisby there. Oh, I think it's a lovely version. Go and have a listen and read the book while you're at it, because it's such a great poem.